One of my dreams was to help people in Vietnam bring jobs back there, because we came from that country. We're immigrants. We all came here because we always want to do more for our lives. There's not as much opportunity in Vietnam as there is here, because we're in the richest land in the best time ever in the history. Okay? So I'm going to start here. A creator. What is a creator? Is a person or thing that brings something into existence. Okay? So you think about that. That's why we have a wealth creator. If you want wealth, you have to create it. And that's what Vietnamese people are great at creating things. And confident. You know what I mean? Right? So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Why did I bring faith into this? Because faith is one of my strongest things, and that's what we're all strong at doing as well. So faith is actually a belief in something that you don't know and desire to do something positive. That's all it is. And the other opposite of faith is despair, and the negative feelings. That's because we don't know what's going to happen, but we think something negative is going to happen. It all starts with mindset. When you're in a room full of millionaires, all they talk about is mindset. How can I think differently? Yeah. While people are making under $1 million, they're like, oh, what strategies can I do? What things do I need to do so I can hit this number? So it's different. But we're going to go from God, right? So I am a wealth creator. I want you all to tap your chest and say, I am a wealth creator.
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 So all of you here are doing different businesses. And because you do different businesses, you're great at your craft. What it is the gift of what you spend your whole life and time doing to be great at what you do. We're all here for partners to do everything with everybody here because, hey, I may be great at doing some things like Lynn. She's good at COO stuff. I don't know how to put stuff together. I'm good at selling. I'm good at marketing and advertising, We have great other speakers here. We have great technical people. We have professors that can do all this math, quant stuff that, hey, that's what we're all here, to work together. And in the Vietnamese community, we need to learn how to do that more together. That's what the Americans do. They can work with other people. And that's why we're here. So, let's start from the beginning. God gave his first edict. He said, be fruitful, do multiply, and have dominion. What does that mean? Fruit. You know how you want an apple? A lot of times you're like, oh, how many trees can I produce? Well, after you eat apple, there's all these seeds. And that's what we're doing. We're sowing more seeds out there. So that's being fruitful. Do multiply. That means if you do something good, do more of it. Okay? More. And have dominion. Dominion is the kingship. It's like dominion. I am the king of my domain. Your domain is your business that y'all are doing right now. What are you great at? Don't just be good, be great. And that's how you can actually survive a recession that's coming. Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett, they talk about it. The way that you do it is if you're the best at what you do, it doesn't matter what you charge. It doesn't matter how prices go up and everything. You're it because you're the answer to these customers and problem solutions that you have. Okay? So be a wealthy person. You know they do different things. Wealthy people do different things than that. So you can have wealth. So in short, be, do, have. I want to have $1 million. What do millionaires do? I need to do something. But if you're not doing the right strategies or techniques, then you can't do it. So you have to be the person. And what do you have to be? So here, we have a room full of people. We have people that have been in business a long time, like some of these other gentlemen that are here. And we have people that are just starting. Well, the people that have been in a long time need to mentor the starters. The starters, they don't know. That's why they're here. Everyone's here for a reason. You want to network and work with other people? It's important to think about that, okay? So if you want to have $1 million, you got to do the right things. You got to be the person. Believe what the mentors believe. Take those same things in and it'll all get connected. So this is my grandmother. At 43 years old, she actually died. I'm 43 today, so I'm grateful that I can share this message. At the same age, she didn't survive. She had 10 kids. On her deathbed in Vietnam, she was like, she never ate meat. She's like, she told my mom, that's my mom there in the corner. She's like, damn kid. She never ate meat in her whole life. She died at 43, and she didn't do it but eat meat because we couldn't afford it. I know many of you out here had struggles that you've seen back in Vietnam and in life, and you always notice, like, what can I do to have whatever it is? Well, never did my mom burn a hole in her soul that I need to leave it now. We need to have more opportunity, and that's why we came over here. And, every time I look at that, it's really important that I think about, I'm 43 now. She's gone, So what is it that you have to do? My mom dedicated her whole life, and she brought 10 of her brothers and sisters from Vietnam over here on her money. They all are thriving here. And that's a sacrifice, but that's family. That's one of the first things that we do. We all want to give back to our people and the people that survive. When I came here, when I was in kindergarten, first grade, I came here 18 months, I didn't speak English. A lot of you guys know that now, you know? But you need people that can speak English and Vietnamese to help each other. That's what this community is about. We have to help each other. It's not going to be other people that don't speak the languages. Who understands us the most? Us. You. Everyone here, you know? So, mentors. Like we talked about mentors. These are a lot of my different mentors. Some for marketing, some for sales, some for sales and marketing and mindset. And the reason I bring this up is these are some of the businesses that I own. It's very important because they all walk the path already. That's why you ever hear the saying, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Someone already made it easier. Many of us here are here and paved the way, the mentors, and help other people do it faster. We're now in the internet age. You can actually do stuff in Vietnam and have it here and pay a lot less money, but you can feed someone's family back in our home country. You know? It's amazing. You know, some of these things. So, Bánh Bao. Everyone knows this? Yeah, Bánh Bao. So this is a framework that I came up with to help answer things. And let's start with B. Belief. Okay? So earlier, we talked about you do have. So belief. You have to believe that whatever you're doing is going to succeed. And you can trust in yourself, even if nobody else trusts you, even family. And you know, our Vietnamese families, they're the most negative, aren't they? My mom is the most negative person I've ever met in my life. But she loves me. And that's all that matters. It's like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. Well, you can do it, you know? But you have to believe in yourself. Because you're made in the image and likeness of the Creator. Okay? Step 2, action. It has to be the right action. Action is doing it. So you gotta do it. Like, hey, I'm gonna have $1 million. You know that most lottery winners, that they win $1 million, they're broke in 7 years? It's like, hey, I want to have $1 million. I got $1 million, but I don't know what to do with it. Well, it's gone now, you know? So think about it that way. Belief and action. And I'm gonna pull my notes because it actually goes really deep, but I wanna really help and serve y'all today. So belief. What are your thoughts about your belief? So when your belief can be positive or negative, that's why I have the arrow positive. Because negative beliefs are always not good for you. It's negative. You know, it's like, oh, I can't do it. Who told you can't do it? And you think they're your thoughts? Did you know these same thoughts your grandma had, your parents had, your great-grandparents had? When we were cavemen, we had these thoughts. They're not new, okay? The negativity is evil, you know? And you think about that. Well, what are we supposed to do? Have you ever done anything positive in your life in a negative state? That's depression and all this stuff. You haven't. That's why you have to think and believe differently, okay? So step number 2. Do you think you have the potential? You're all here. You're all doing businesses, following your dreams. You do. You have the potential. So obviously that's yes. Who's going to say no? Say no, then do something else. You know? Okay? So number 2. Is it a limiting belief? And how can this help you? Is a thought that you need to think. Okay? How can whatever you think, does it help you? If it doesn't, get rid of it. Okay? So, is it an empowering belief? And there's a model of success that's already there. Just do something that works. You know? There's many people that have done many different things in all your businesses. None of these businesses are brand new. It's all been a recreation of something that's already been created. You're just doing it in a different way, communicating in a different way. Alright? So, with that, now we're going back to action. So, an action is the response to what you believe. If I believe I can't do it, what's my action? I'm going to stay home and watch YouTube or Netflix or all that, you know? No! You know, what is the action you need to do? And you can look at most millionaires that crushed, they actually report. You know, Tony Robbins was down to his last $14 before he gave it to help a little kid. So, Dean Graziosi, another mentor of mine, he used to live in one bathroom for heat. They're like, just cuddle in a bathroom because that's all they can afford, a little space heater in their house. But from struggle, it's how you know you need to change and change your action. So like that, you can do what you really believe in yourself, and that's to be great, okay? Last is outcome. And Bánh Bao, outcome is the goal. If you're not making whatever money you want to make and stuff, you gotta look at your actions and your belief. And are they both positive? B plus A, positive, equals the right outcome. I want to have $1 million. Well, if you're like a waitress or a waiter, it's not really going to make any money doing that. unless you own the restaurant, right? So think about what are other things I can do that's faster with it. So the outcome is really critical and important. And a lot of times the outcome that we're looking for, if it's not what we're looking for, look at the ingredients. All you guys know how to bake a cake or make some bánh bao or pho or something like that, right? So when you do it, if they give you the ingredients, you can actually make this perfect outcome. And that's what the mentors or the model can help you with, that someone's already done what you want to do. It's so easy. And listen to them, and be coachable, you know? Like listen to them, because they already went through mistakes. Oh, I can do it better. I was like, do you make $50 million? No, then you can't do it better than that, dude. You make $50 million. You know? It's that easy. It's really simple. Don't get overcomplicate things, okay? So, you know, a bow could be a bag, you know? Hey, have a nice day. Give you gifts and bags, right? Or you can bow dinner. You can pay for people's dinner. Would you like to do that and pay for your family and relatives and do all these things for all these family members? Gotta make more money. That's all. It's money. Or you ladies like the Louis Vuitton bag, like that bow, right? So that one's worth more money, but they're all kind of the same. So you think about it. So that's the master key, as you can see there. Belief plus action equals outcome, and that is how you're going to create wealth in your family, in yourselves. And you look at wealth. Wealth isn't just money. It can actually be in your family life, so that's the home life, and it's also in like how you feel. As you notice, every time that you follow something, your dreams when you were little, your aspirations are higher. You feel more motivated to do stuff. When you're not motivated, it's because you're not clear on something. Just figure out what it is or ask somebody. We're here to help each other. We're human beings, you know. COVID created this thing where it's like, oh, everyone's like, oh, I'm just by myself, and more people kill themselves and all this other stuff because we're supposed to connect. Connection. And that's why we're here. Okay? 5 days at sea. So the next thing I want to go over is, are you interested in your dreams and goals, or are you committed to them? You can see, that's like the boats that we came in. That was me at 18, a little bit over 18 months when I came to this country, speaking no English and my mom and everything. So we went to a boat, and a lot of people didn't survive going to sea. So I guess they call it, in Philadelphia, they call it boat. We're called the boat people because I guess we used to get around from boats, So I actually made that trip as well. I was one of those boat kids or children. So when you're talking about, are you interested in changing your dreams or committed? We went from Vietnam all the way down to Indonesia. Those are the people that accepted us, and they wanted to save us from, when the war fell, this other stuff happened. And it's beautiful out there, as you can see. There's that. So. Yeah, they accept us. So there are brothers and sisters, Indonesians. I love Indonesians. I love Philippines people because we're all suffering from the same stuff, And we just gotta make more money. That's it. We gotta bring more jobs. And I'm so privileged to be able to meet with DBI. They asked me if I could speak. I was like, well, I got some other stuff going, but I wanted to be here because I love y'all. I love our people. And it wasn't for us. Yes. If it wasn't for other Vietnamese people that spoke English, we couldn't get a job. My parents couldn't do things. We lived 9 people in 1-bedroom apartment. How many of you here know something like that, where you lived and struggled like that? See? You know the feeling. Can't get nothing. You slept in one bed, everybody else, all these uncles slept on the floor, because that's how it works, you know what I mean? You come here with nothing, but everything that you all have businesses now, you built it, because you're all great, okay? So, committed to a better life at 69. That's my uncle. He actually lives here. I couldn't get him to come out here, but he does live in Westminster. So every time I come here, I pay homage and tribute to him because of him, I'm here and our family. We were able to survive, And it was a boat of 69 people, okay, that we all lived. We were 5 days at sea, and it's really difficult. Many people starve, dehydration, pirates, they rob, all kinds of crazy stuff, We all know that's our history. That's our people, okay? So you know where you came from. Look at your grandfather, your parents, your great-grandparents, or even you. Then you know that became something great. We struggled, we fought, we fight. Well, I need you today to think about your dreams. You need to fight for your dreams, okay? So are you interested, or are you committed to your dreams? You ever been dating before? Everyone here dated and things like that, right? You ever did speed dating? I love speed dating, okay? Because in an hour, I got to see 20 people. I don't like them in 5 minutes, and I'm out. I don't need my phone number. So it was really fun, but that's only interested. If they said something wrong, or ladies know a guy does something wrong, he doesn't cut his hair or something, like, nah, I don't like him. It's over. That's just interested, you see? When times get hard, when you're committed, is marriage. Are you married to your dreams? Or are you just interested, but it gets hard, no, let me do something else. that's not what you want to do. You want to follow your dreams. And many of you that are parents today, you know your children are watching you. They're watching you right now. Because you're like, honey, you can do anything you want. And here's the question when they grow up a little. Are you following your dreams, mom, dad? And if you're not, you know what that means? You got to give them an example. You be the dream for them to follow, okay? So that's the difference between interested and committed. I don't know what your goals are. If your goals is to do million. One of my goals was to bring many jobs to Vietnam, and I knew that, hey, if I make $1 million, that's not enough. I need to make like 20 million, hang out with ballers like some of those coaches that you've seen right there that I have. Then that way I can influence them. That's what Bill Gates did with Warren Buffett. He had to make a bunch of money, and he's like, hey, put money to my foundation, you know? You got to get in the game. That's it. Goals. Why have them? Well, you see what happened with that airplane? It didn't have goals. It didn't have the outcome that they wanted. It crashed. Many of you here flew here, and ones that drove here, then, you know, it's easier for you. But when you're going from one place to another, did you know that airplanes make it to their destination 99% of the time? But did you also know that it wasn't a straight line? It's a zigzag, because you know that it's never the same path that they fly, because birds get in the way, air, storms, you know what I mean? Things like that. So they have to go different ways, but it's still got its destination. That's why you have a goal. If you don't have a goal or a plan, you crash and you're lost, okay? And a lot of times people say that people fail in what they're trying to do is because they fail to plan. They didn't just like doing the wrong things isn't right. You have to have a strategy and a plan to get there. And if you got a good goal and a plan or the outcome and bow, you know, then you can land and hit your goal. Okay? Critical drives are all business. Now we get into some of the tactical stuff. Number one, sales. Do you know sales is the lifeblood of all business? What I mean by that is, there's a book by Michael Mashman. It's called Ready, Fire, Aim. Not aim, you know, get ready, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you're ready. Just fire, just shoot the thing. Go for your dreams, go for your goals. Do it now, okay? And when you're doing it, make those sales. And he's saying that all businesses don't know what they're doing until they make $1 million. So what's your number one function you need to do right now? Just sell it, baby. Just sell, sell, sell. Because selling is love. Why is it love? Because you are giving somebody a path, a result of what they're looking for. Every entrepreneur here solves a problem, okay? You are going to get paid for solving that problem in a form of commission or sales, okay? So you understand that. If you love them enough, then you'll help them. And that's how it works, okay? So that's sales. Now we got that. Like in the definition of it, it's like the firm solely focus on sales. Because it's a lifeblood of all business. Because you have no money, you're broke. And you know what? That's called a martyr that Tony Robbins talks about. I'm going to do all this stuff for free because I'm going to help people, but sometimes they're not going to want to help themselves even. You ever wonder why? Because they don't believe in themselves. That's why they want you to do everything for them. Well, here's the thing. Money in its most ancient form, when you go back to history, was cooperation. If my grandma knew how to trade vegetables, we were farmers, for meat, maybe she would have ate that piece of meat. I don't know, or maybe all Vietnam couldn't afford meat back then. I don't know how the game was back then for them, but I know what the game is today because I'm living through it now. I didn't live through that time, you know? But I can tell you that sales just help people. Number two, after you know that your sales process is really good, then you go for marketing. That's the second step, the cash flow trifecta. Marketing is really easy. It's just getting people to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. Then you sell them, you know? I'm interested in whatever you have to say. So marketing, a lot of times people think it's like, you know, sometimes it's branding, you're just doing stuff. No, you want to raise awareness of a problem. So there's three types of problems out there. So there's people that are, customers are problem aware, they're solution aware, or they're not aware of anything. Not aware of anything is too much work. You don't want to do that. You want people that know the problem, know how to solve the problem, or people that are aware of the solution. And maybe you be the better provider of the solution or the answer. Okay? And then the third step of the cash flow trifecta is financial. Finances is everything because a lot of times you may be making a lot of money, but you're not keeping all the money. How you're not keeping the money is because when you bring money in, you don't know that you don't have sales. Like sometimes people don't pay you back. Like, I owe you, I'll do this work for you, but you didn't get paid yet. What does that mean? You didn't get paid yet. You didn't get paid, but you did the work. You still need to feed your family. So understand that in accounting, I guess they call that, is accounts receivable. And a lot of times they're uncollectible. We have some other accountants here. Uncollectible means they're not paying you. Okay, how can I get the cash flow better? You need to maybe borrow from the bank, maybe have a business line of credit. You have a house, get a home equity line of credit in your house, something, you know, or just make another sale. Someone that needs you to solve a problem and do a little bit lower, okay? But financial is what's critical. Here's the thing between sales and marketing. At a big conference, a Grant Cardone conference, they said that salespeople hate marketers and marketers hate salespeople. Here's why. Here's what they don't have the relationship. They need to be friends, but sales is going to say, hey, your leads suck, okay? And the marketer's like, you're not following up with them, you suck. And then that's it. There's no more conversation after that. So that needs to be a relationship with their friends, because marketers can understand what salespeople do, salespeople understand marketing. But both those people don't understand financial people, because they think of math and algorithms and all this other crap. And lots of clients are like, numbers, blah, you know what I mean? No, that's not how it works. It's like, that money is how you feed your family. Let's like focus more on it, you know, to get you that. So that's a cash flow trifecta formula. So I'm going to give you the simple thing. I'm really quick today. Maybe I need to slow down. Because I was told that I need to slow down a little bit to help you. Did I go too fast? I'm sorry. Because normally this is actually an hour presentation, and I want to come out really quick. So business growth. So this I do need to slow down. This is a little bit more quantitative. Business growth. If you want to get 33% more business, you have 100 customers. Every sale that you're making in that thing is $150 is your average cost per sale. It could be whatever you're selling, okay? And your repurchase frequency, that means the customer's going to buy from you again, is only one time. Cool. Your gross profit now it's $15,000. What if you increase 10%? Can anyone here raise their hand and say, hey, I can increase my business by 10%? Raise your hand. 10%? That's not a lot, right? 1/10 of what you do normally. Now, you get 10 more customers. But here's the next thing. Let's charge 10% more money. So now it's 165 instead of 150. Let's see if we can get them to buy out of my 10 customers. Maybe one of them will buy something extra. You can add a little package or something with it. Boom. 33% more money in your pocket. It's not by you making a gajillion more in sales. It's just a little bit. You see that? Is that possible? 10%? Everyone here, can you get 10% more leads? You know, do a little bit 10%. Raise your prices a little bit and maybe get them to buy out of 10 people one more time. That's all I'm asking. 33%. What if we take it a little bit further? 20%. Now you're at 73% more in money that you can feed your family and do things. And it's not like, hey, let me do double or triple or quadruple amount of work. It's just being smarter at what you're doing, okay? And then a little bit more, 30%. Now you're over 100% more cash. So if you're an entrepreneur, you make $1 million gross sales, if you did something like this, your net, you can have more than double money without creating $2 million in sales to double your income. It's just these little things that you have to do. It's not much at all, okay? So that's a simple one. You ready for the next step? More sales efficiency. So what this is like being a better salesperson. And we got some salespeople in the room that can teach some of this stuff too, so that's awesome, right? So with this is